Alto saxophone, Duel of the Fates, arranged by Michael Story. Check your key signature. 2 sharps. The first sharp is F sharp. Second is C sharp. Remember our handless wonder. So if you have it printed, take the time to mark some reminders in. I see my first C sharp in measure 7. C sharp, no hands. You have 4 beats, 4 rests, so 4 whole measures of rest, and then you come in with your B natural. Remember that little line over the note is tenuto, so it means full value. Make sure there's no space in between that note and the next note, but you're still tonguing. So instead of, right, it's not staccato. There's not space between those 2 notes. It's, right, and then measure 7, C sharp, B flat. Remember your B flat is A with the bottom knuckle key, so you're doing no hands and then B flat. Remember a tie means to continue and connect those notes. Then you have some more measures of rest, and then you start in 22 where it says stagger breathing. Breathe at random times. So when we play together, there won't be a big gap. It'll sound continuous. So you have 2 staccatos, D and E, and then you have D slurred down to B. So D, E, D, B, like this. And you keep repeating that. If you want it to sound more like the original, I would allow you to add an extra note in there. You could do D, E, D, C sharp, B. If you add that C sharp in between the D and the B slur, it'll sound more like the original, like this. So you play the D, C sharp, B, like little 16th notes. 1 and 2 E and. And I'll leave it up to you. If you'd like to play what's written, great. If you want to add that C sharp and change it to 16th notes so it's like the original, go right ahead. So that keeps repeating all the way until we get to measure 28. Measure 28 starts with the D, E, D, B, but then it goes C sharp, D, C sharp, and A sharp, remember, is B flat. It's the same thing. Okay, so 28, D, E, D, B, C sharp, D, C sharp, A sharp. So 28 sounds like this without the change. And then that's the new pattern in 29. C sharp, D, C sharp, A sharp is B flat. If you want to add the extra in, you can add the B natural. So C sharp, D, C sharp, B natural, A sharp. You want it to sound like the original. You can do that. And then it goes back to that original pattern in 32, D, E, D, B. Or add that C sharp in between. And then 34, we're back to that tenuto D. And there's our crescendo in 41, and it leads us to our 8th notes in 42 on B. So you have 1 and rest, B, B, rest, B, B, rest, C sharp, there's that A sharp again. Remember, A sharp is B flat. So C sharp, no hands, A sharp is B flat. So here's the spot at 42. 1 and ready, go. Rest, 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 right, and they're staccatos, so they're short. Then you have 4 measures of rest, and we're at 50 with our tenutos again. Rest, rest, rest. So So keep track of that tied note. You can kind of pulse or tap your toe to keep track of the tied note. Then in 59, we have F natural, and that natural is going to carry through the measure because accidentals carry through. So 59, you have F natural G, F natural D, F natural G, F natural D. You have two short staccatos, a full tenuto, and then back to a staccato. So ta 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 ta. Try. And then 66, kind of like the beginning, right? After all your rest. And then here's that eighth note with the rest in 70. Then we rest, and we're back to that D, E, D, B. Staccato, tenuto, staccato. And then here's the ending, last three measures. You have rest. Let's try that last measure again. You have D, C sharp, B, and these are called marcato marks. That means to make it loud and short. So there's your last measure. So that's how you play Duel of the Fates on alto.